Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all you little maniacs across the world, welcome once again to Robcast. Yeah, coming at you live, uncut, and unrated from Spreaker Podcast and Robcast Radio. So here's Zombie, you little maniacs. Grab onto some big titties, baby, because here we go. Yeah!
Woo! All right! What the fuck is up? It is Saturday. I don't know, it's a fucking one of the weeks in May. I didn't put my watch on, so thank you all very much right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, I want to say thank you all for saving me from really doing, I don't know, I was getting ready to take a sledgehammer to a motorcycle. Just getting ready to motherfucking, I got a big sledgehammer that is for breaking up concrete. And I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute, so hey, thank you all for keeping me from smashing the fuck out of a Yamaha with a big sledgehammer and putting that shit on YouTube. I says, fuck it. Right now, I've got a note that says, fuck it, YouTube the Maxim. That means I've got an old Yamaha. Fucking clean old bike, too, man. I hate to smash it up. But guess what? Sometimes, if you need to vent, you need to get that shit out of the way, get that anger out. You know what I'm saying? It may be worth it to smash the fuck out of an old motorcycle. Or out of a brand new motorcycle with a big fucking concrete smashing sledgehammer. Oh, it sounds like good therapy, but I thought first, we're going to try to calm the zombie down, man. We're going to try to fucking calm the zombie down. And, woosah. Woo! So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Robcast number 50. Wow, we're at the big 5-0. And you all know, let's crank that shit down or turn it off or just leave Saved by the Bell on in the background. I don't care. Let's just kill all this. So what are y'all, you little maniacs, up to on this fine Saturday? I don't know. I get a little bit frustrated. And I try to figure things out in my head. And instead of doing that, I said, yo, you got to go light up Robcast Radio, crank up the studio, let these mofos know that you appreciate them for tuning in. But primarily, you all know that we like to start off the show. Normally, within the first few seconds, we just started off with a vent. However, you know we always start off your show because it is your show. It's definitely your show. We like to start off the show by saying thank you to the military. Thank you to the Army. Thank you to the Navy. Thank you to the Air Force. And thank you to the Marines for doing what you bad motherfuckers do to keep our country free. Thank you for your service, past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, little maniacs. We also like to encourage you to back the badge, man. Support your local peace officers. Man, they're just human beings trying to get home to their family at the end of the day, just like you and I. And we need to restore that old school mentality that a peace officer is your friend. Give them the thumbs up. And let these guys know that we appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, this and that or whatever you might have said, and I'm guilty of it myself, You know, I don't need the police. I don't need the police. Whenever I was young and dumb and stupid. But let me tell you something. You get into a situation that you never thought that you would be in. And these first responders and these peace officers are the very first person that are there to help you out of that situation. So, to me, it just seems like we need to have okay, you're out doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You're worried about the police officer. But whenever your place floods out, your apartment floods out, and you're floating your kids out of there in a fucking refrigerator, yeah, the police officer's the first person that you're reaching your hand out to, right? So we need to flip that shit. We need to appreciate these guys all the time. We need to appreciate our firefighters all the time. All of our first responders, our EMTs all the time. All the time. So thank you to the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, back the badge, firefighters, EMTs, and peace officers, all you first responders. You will always get mad respect at Robcast Radio because, hey, when we all run away from danger, you all are trained to run straight into it. And for that, we'll always give you respect. So on the flip side of the bad side of the coin, we may have something like... let's explain, okay? Let's just explain the frustration. I'm not even going to get into my notes because I love you guys because you're definitely cheap therapy, and maybe we could figure out some of the problems going on inside my head this morning. It is it is National Police Week. It's National Police Week. Is the end of National Police Week, so that's where we definitely back the badge, support your local peace officers, and yeah, rock and roll. I have that one of my notes on here. I don't know where that came from. The frustration that comes with taking, actually it's like building blocks. Whenever I'm not on the radio with you all, sometimes I do put together some motorcycles. Sometimes I put together some go-karts, mini bikes. I need to have a sign that just says no weed eaters, I don't fuck with them. That's a whole different... Anyway, it gets a little bit frustrated because of the amount of shadery. The amount of just straight up bamboozling going on. You know, once I pick up a motorcycle, normally I can look at it, I can tell you a story. I can tell you its life history, tell you how it was abused and how it was taken care of by putting hands on it, inspecting it, and possibly taking every nut and bolt out of it and redoing it. I recently picked up a motorcycle that I knew it had been setting for a little while, but the gentleman that I picked it up from he acted a little bit odd. My brother's the one that pointed it out. He went with me to get the bike. We bought it. We brought it back to the zombie chopper shed. It's not a real shop. It's a chopper shed. And lo and behold, after further investigation, the engine stuck. Now, it could be two things, okay? The motor could be seized due to mechanical failure, which is bad. Super bad. Super badder than the movie Superbad. Or the motor could be seized due to oxidization and just sitting there in one spot for a year. If that's the case, then you could definitely fuck things up if you approach them the wrong way. You can definitely bring this old engine back to life if you approach them the right way. What determines this is if the person that you're getting this item from, this motorcycle from, is honest with you. Full disclosure. And what I'm saying is that, okay, what full disclosure is that it is what it is. You're going to get for it what it's worth. What the point that I'm trying to get at is that it takes more effort right? Okay, to mislead someone. If you're putting a car up for sale, you're putting a motorcycle, you're putting a fucking skateboard up for sale, okay? You're putting a skateboard up for sale and you got a fucking piece of bubble gum in place of where one of the bearings goes, right? You know that you can probably sell that skateboard as long as no one actually gets on it and rides it. But once they do, the wheel's going to fall off, and they're probably going to come back and beat your ass with the skateboard. The point is that, you know, if you just had sold the skateboard or the car or whatever, with whatever problem that it had, and you disclose that, then you're going to basically get what it's worth. Or you're going to have to fix it. You're going to have to do something to it to bring the value of that item up. You hear me? I'm saying? Now, it's a little bit different. The reason that, you know, I don't have people talking shit about me as far as the motorcycle game goes. I learned a long time ago to be careful about what you put your hands on, because basically once you put hands on something and you're associated with that item, people are going to associate you. So if you fuck with junk, then they're going to associate you with junk. If you fuck on good thing, people think you fuck on good things. No, if you you fuck with top fuel funny cars, top fuel dragsters, nitro funny cars, turbo boosas, you fuck with the top of the food chain, people are going to associate you with the top of the food chain. So why on earth would I be interested in a 1982 Yamaha? Well, it's because a friend of mine, he had one, he gave it to his son, and the son turned it into a bobber, which means he chopped it all up. So now, I've got the father brought me his son's bike and wants me to, finish it for him, put it together for him. So I've got it going together, and basically, the reason that I picked up the other one is because it's unmolested. It's an original, very similar to the one that the father gave the son. And he was just saying that he really liked the bike all original. So I thought I would pick up one that was all original with him in mind, put it together, and if he didn't buy it, someone else will. We're not talking, man, that's the thing. The only reason that we're dealing with 1982 and 1991 model motorcycles in the zombie shed, in the old zombie chopper shed, is because we can't afford $30,000 Harleys and stuff like that. We got to work our way up the motorcycle food chain. Anyway, so full disclosure, look, it's the whole point in trying to mislead people is whenever you tell a lie, you got to remember that lie. And then also, it's like this. I'm going to pick up a motorcycle and it says it may need a battery. It definitely needs a battery. It may need a starter. If they're telling you that it may need this, it may need that, then what they've done is, you've got to make your own diagnosis on these things. And because the problem is that it's way more effort to fuck people around. It's way more effort to remember these lies and to make up a story or to tell them that it's something that it's not, right? Than to be honest with people. Fuck. You reap what you sow. You're gonna get back whatever you put out there. So if you're honest to people, and my deal is this too. Always leave a little something extra. You know what I'm saying? Always give a little bit more. Let's say, for example, I went and dropped off a Yamaha, and the lady, I was asking for $425 for a 1989 Yamaha, a little 100. Needs work, you know what I'm saying? A little dirt bike. Well, the lady reserved it and wants to buy it, in a week and this and that. And whenever it came down to the time to deliver it, she wanted to do that final negotiation before I show up at their house with this motorcycle. So she said, well, look, we talked about it and we were wondering if you would take $400. And I had sent her a message back and I said, no, I will not take $400. But I'll take $375 because I just want to be fair. I want to be honest with you. It needs a carburetor kit. This thing needs a new air filter. Needs to be tinkered with. So you're going to have to put a little bit of money into it, therefore I'll drop my price down, another 25.